What's up guys, welcome back to another video on Keystone Woods and Water. Today I just have an overview of the bow setup that I'll be using for 2023 down in Virginia and also Pennsylvania for archery. So I just got this new bow, it's a Bear Legend XR, and I'm really excited about it. So I want to film a video on my brand new setup, so let's get right into it. Alright, so this is a Bear Legend XR. The main thing that I had to consider when I was purchasing this bow was cost. I didn't have a lot of money to spend. I wasn't really expecting to buy a new bow this year. Grayson was at Lancaster Archery getting his bow tuned up, so I was like, might as well go get mine tuned up for the season. And I come to find out from one of their pros that I had a cracked limb. Now my old bow was from 2008 and they don't make any more limbs. So I was forced to buy a new bow. Now I want new camo, and I also want my own camera to film with. So I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on a bow, but I also wanted something that would last me several years. So I consulted a buddy and he gave me a couple options. So I shot the Bear Legend XR and I shot the Matthews Mission MXR, I believe, and I ended up liking the Bear better. The back wall on the Mission just didn't feel good, and then the Bear, pretty much everything felt good from it. Now I've never owned an expensive bow, so I don't know the luxuries of those bows, but everything felt good about the Bear Legend XR. Took my sight, my stabilizer, and my peep off of my old bow and slapped them on this one. So I got this bow in the olive green. I would have liked the stone color, but that's not what they had. We'll go through a couple things about the bow. This is, I believe, 32 inches axle to axle. So this bow is a dual cam. My old bow had one cam on the bottom and a wheel up top. Honestly, the draw didn't feel much different, but the biggest thing was the let off, and I really liked that. There really isn't much, like if I have a let down, there isn't much yank to it. Not as much as I thought there would be. But that let off is certainly something that I really like about this bow. One little thing, I put monkey tails on here. I had them on my old bow. Shot a little bit, had a little bit of vibration, and just decided to put them on here. We'll see how they work. Two other little things that I took from my old bow were the kisser button and the peep sight. There's really nothing special about them. So moving on to more of the important things, my rest is a Trophy Ridge Whisker Biscuit. It did not come with the bow, but since I bought a bow, they put one on there for free. I think it was like 54 bucks or something, covered with the cost of the bow, which was very generous. Another thing is a stabilizer. This is, I'm pretty sure it's the stabilizer that came with the Diamond Nitrous 2008, but it's just more of a noise dampening device, I think. There's not much weight to it, not a lot of balancing, but there's a difference shooting with it and without it, so I put that on. Next thing is my sight. This is an RL3 or 2. I'm pretty sure it's a 2. But it's a 3-pin slider. Now, before I had 3 pins, just a normal sight, and when I would practice longer ranges, I wouldn't be able to have like a set distance. If I wanted to hit 60 yards, I would have to guess my drop and then just pick a spot in the distance and aim for that every single time. So my school has an archery range that goes out to 80 yards, and I wanted to use a lot of that, so I bought a 3-pin slider. Couldn't use all of it with my old bow because it just wasn't fast enough, and it would bottom out before it got to I think my max was like 60, 67 maybe, but I'm hoping I have a little bit more speed with this bow and I can get out to further ranges. So my bottom pin is my slider. I set that for 40 when I'm hunting, and I have 40, 30, 20. I don't have to worry about moving my pins each time a deer moves. I can set those distances, and that's pretty much where I'm comfortable at. I'm not going to shoot much past 40. So I don't have to move my sight while I'm hunting, but I have the advantages of a sliding pin for practicing. I will be filming a video on Monday about getting my new sight tape. I'm headed out to my cousin's property, going to do a little bit of shooting there and get that all figured out for the season. Lastly, I have this wrist sling. When I was watching Grayson shoot at Lancaster Archery, he had one on his bow, and I was like, it might be nice having one of them things. So I came home and just made it out of paracord. Just a simple Cobra weave, I believe that's what it is. And put it on my stabilizer. So it's a nice, just, the bow isn't very heavy, but it's just the comfort knowing that it's not going anywhere with that wrist sling on, and I can have a looser grip and just be more confident in my shooting. So that's pretty much it. Oh, I need my arrows. So here are my arrows. This is the Quiver, but this is the, I don't know what you call it, Lancaster Archery Special, maybe. It's just a warrior arrow. It's one of their cheapest ones. I think they were like $6 a pop. 340 spine, 8.9 grains per inch. I think it's around like a 350 grain arrow. On the end, I have a green Lumenok so that you can see arrows flying through the air when we're hunting. Good for shot placement, evaluation, and also good for the camera. These are just field points, but I'll be shooting Rage this year. Lancaster Archery ran a special. It was like $19 for a box of 3. I'd been looking at switching over to a mechanical broadhead just because of what happened last year. Needed a little bit more blood, and it's good for the bow setup. So those guys over at Lancaster Archery were like, yeah, you should be shooting a mechanical. So I'll be switching over to Rage this year, and we'll see how that goes. So there's my arrow setup, and I guess I might as well mention my Quiver. My Quiver is just, I think it's a trophy ridge. It's 5 slots. It goes right on the bow here. Sits there nice and tight, not really going anywhere. It goes on the sight, and that, I believe, is it. So that wraps up my setup for this coming season. Close range, 20 yards Lancaster Archery. I hit 2 X's, so I was very happy about that, but we'll see how it goes at longer ranges while I'm setting up my sight tape. I'm really excited about using this bow this year and seeing how it performs. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one.